Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're up in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're here at BassBoatElectronics.com and Ultramarine, and we're going to be doing a little bit of rigging. We're doing our rigging party, and it's going to be a little bit different this year because we've gone from it kind of being fluid as far as going with all the different brands of electronics to now we're going to make it more seamless and have a system that works together. And we're going to be doing all LOWRANCE. We're going to be doing the LOWRANCE Ghost, which is the big change for me. And then of course, HDS 12 Pros. We've got 4 of those. So we're about to bring in my Phoenix 921 Elite. We're going to start rigging it up. And yeah, man, I'm really excited about this system. And I'm really excited about running the Ghost this year. That's going to be a really cool trolling motor from what I hear. So anyways, guys, let's get started. We got a lot of work ahead. All right, so we're getting started. We got the necessary chaos that is starting to unfold here. But you can see we've got all the gear. We've got the Ghost. Really excited about that. You know, that's pretty much the biggest change on this whole deal. And then we've got a few units. Got a couple active target 2s, so we're gonna do scout mode as well as just regular, forward facing mode. And so we've got all that stuff set up, more units, and also the 0.1 GPS antenna, which is going to keep everything super accurate as far as the GPS position and course and everything like that. And then we've got Ethernet cables to connect everything up, NEMA 2000, all this stuff works together to make a pretty killer system. Now, the reason why I'm excited about just going with all LOWRANCE, now, I remember 6 or 7 years ago when I first started working with BassBoatElectronics.com, we were really excited about 3 brands. And there was a lot of different benefits that you got from running multiple brands on your boat. And I really enjoyed that system. But there was also some things that just were not seamless, and so because you have all these different brands, they don't all work together. But this system is going to work together, and I think it's going to fit my style a little bit more. I'm really excited about this system. I really am. This is going to be a lot of fun to run, and they're with the LOWRANCE units that I've been using for decades now. I've been running LOWRANCE for a very long time, very comfortable with them. So anyways, we are getting deep in here. I say we got Nathan over here pretty much doing all the heavy lifting. So we're going to get back to it. Oh man, look what's coming together. I can't wait to try this for the first time. I've only been in one other boat that had a Ghost on it. So I'm excited. All right, so we've already talked about why I'm excited about having a seamless LOWRANCE system where all the components work together. Because, with the 3-brand system, there were some things that they just didn't do because they weren't compatible. And so to kind of further explain the whole idea about this cohesive system we're putting in, I want Jason. He is the wizard, the owner of BassBoatElectronics.com. He is the one that knows all the technical things, everything there is to know about it. So, Jason, what are some of the things that we get with having the Ghost trolling motor linked with the LOWRANCE HDS units and all this stuff? What are some things that we're gaining through this system?
So, automatically on all your graphs, you're going to have the ability to put the trolling motor in a spot lock. You can do auto navigation. You can navigate to a waypoint. Mm-hmm. So let's say if you're in a drift and you want to navigate to a waypoint higher up, you can just say go there. The boat will go. You can re-rig, tie on, drink of water, whatever you want to do. Basically, your trolling motor will drive you to your next spot.
Drink a water?
A soda pop, whatever is in your cooler, whatever, But
it should be water. Hydrate yourself.
I get a lot of questions, as far as connectivity on which trolling motor to go with. And nowadays, you pretty much have to go with a brand trolling motor that you're running unit wise. And the reason being, it just makes so much sense for Sonar connectivity control features, advanced features, spot lock. You're landing a fish at the console and you're moving, you can hit a button on the console graph, it'll spot lock you there. The list goes on and on. As far as efficiency goes, it doesn't get any better.
Look at this thing.
There you go. That's your whole new nose cone. Just pop it off. You got your transducer plug, O-ring seals.
Wow.
It doesn't get any simpler than that.
So that's one of the cooler things is the fact that like to have this. So this is the 3-in-1 transducer nose cone. So you can get with the free update, you can get like the 360 feature, the Ghost 360, and you get down scan, side scan, all that stuff, built into the trolling motor. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the cables are actually inside the shaft. So
so the only thing you'll have on the outside of your shaft is going to be, of course, the active target 2s. And I believe we're going to do one in forward mode and one in scout mode. So you're going to be tricked out up here on the bow.
Sweet. So is there anything else that we kind of get from the seamless integration of all these different?
Well, I mean, trolling motor aside, I mean, this is a brushless motor. So as far as efficiency on your batteries and power of thrust, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Can you see what your power is on the graphs at all?
Well, you'll be able to on the PowerPole charge.
The charge, yeah.
So you'll still have the same menu bar, and you'll be able to see your battery capacity on the side. They do have an update where you can do voltage on your screen. So you'll be able to see the voltage it's getting. I don't know if it has amperage or amp draw. I don't think it does, but I know you can do actual voltage overlaid on your graph at what your trolling motor is getting.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
That looks pretty sleek. I like that. I think that's going to come through the grass real nice. Because one thing that I found is like we're going down to Okeechobee pretty soon here. So having something that's like sleek and smooth like that instead of having like a clamp that you have to put on there and then have the external transducer like I've had to have in the past, that's really nice because it's not going to catch any grass.
I'll tell you a secret. I know we've been fishing before, we went long lining. That's the deal on long lining. All right, so you can, when you're long lining, you can come back through that school of fish and you can see if they're on the left or the right. The side imaging.
No kidding. Oh man.
So that's one of the keys of side imaging. A lot of people ask if they really need it, and probably not, but there are some high level skills and fishing scenarios to where that's really going to come into play. And I've found a lot of structure. If I'm fishing fast, I'll just have it on side imaging, and I'll actually find brush off docks and out somewhere I'm not normally looking, which is side imaging on the front. So I think you're going to love it.
I'm excited. Pretty sweet. All right, let's keep on at it. What is this channel that's down here that I noticed on the shaft of the trolling motor?
That's the key for the trolling motor. So if you ever go to the boat ramp, someone's got too much of a gangster lean going on the trolling motor.
Yeah.
It's not right. Because obviously when you sink in with your foot pedal, the trolling motor needs to know which way is forward.
Right.
So if you just make this snug, you can turn it and you'll feel it go into place.
You can see it kind of pop.
Yeah, it'll pop in. That's where you want to tighten it down.
Okay.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's cool.
There's no movement.
Yeah, because before without that channel, like I would have to guess where it was if I loosened it up too much. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
But over time, if this ever does loosen up, now this is the newer knob. So originally it had a solid knob, and it did loosen up more. They've changed this collar right here, so it doesn't loosen up as much.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, when you raise it up and down in shallow water and just beating down the lake, it can naturally come loose. And so you just don't want it cocked sideways.
Cool.
See, I can't even do it because I got it in place.
Cool. So one of the things I've been big on with any trolling motor is how you rig with the bounce buster or whatever. What do they call it on the LOWRANCE? Is it just called a bounce buster, or do they even have a name?
Stabilizer bar.
Stabilizer bar. So this thing right here, it's adjustable. It comes as a long metal bar. I think it's just an aluminum bar, and you have to cut it down to size. He was just doing that in the last clip. You could probably hear him more than you could hear Jason. But and you can see the threads down here, so you can adjust it. The biggest issue that you're going to have is when you're in rough water or even just trailering down the road, you're going to, especially right after the initial install, this is going to compress. The carpet's going to compress, and if you have a pad underneath, that's going to compress. So you're going to have to leave enough thread to be able to adjust, add a little bit more down and keep putting pressure down, because the last thing you want is a lot of movement in the trolling motor. Movement is the killer of equipment in rough water and also just trailering down the road. So that's a big deal. And you can see I'm big on adding a little cleat or some type of anchor point to be able to put like a cam strap for extra rough water situations. So I don't ever have those issues where I'm punching a hole through the deck with the bounce buster or the stabilizer bar, or breaking a trolling motor because of that reason. I always have some type of auxiliary strap or something to keep it firmly in place and to reduce that movement. All right, so we're doing something a little bit different. All right, as usual, we're going a little overboard here. Yeah. And we're putting a traditional 3-in-1, the older, how would you describe it?
Just the regular active imaging 3-in-1, the non-HD.
Okay, and then we're doing the HD version on the other side. And so, if you guys don't know by now, I love having a backup plan. I love having spare parts. One of my favorite sayings is 2 is 1, 1 is none. And so we're putting a secondary one, which is the HD on here, which will actually be our primary for the most part, because I hear it's pretty awesome. We're going to be putting that there. And one thing that we're going to do that is really cool, because we're doing both, we're going to end up doing a comparison video, so look for that soon. So we're going to compare the traditional 3-in-1 with the new HD version of the active imaging. So pretty stoked on that, and I'm really stoked on having a second one just in case something goes wrong with one of them. We have life. Still getting it dialed in, but we've got power. Power. Oh my gosh, guys. So one of the things I was worried about switching from the Motor Guide Tour Pro to the Ghost was the fact that I was going to have to relearn where to put my foot on the pedal. I know that sounds like a small thing, but a trolling motor pedal is like an extension of your leg, your foot on the water if you spend a lot of time with it. So it's like any little change here really throws you off in the moment. So here they did something cool. You can switch the side that your button is on. So that is one of the coolest features I've seen on this foot pedal. So we're gonna read the directions over here. I hate reading directions, but we're gonna do it, and we're gonna figure out how to do that, and we're gonna set that up. All right, so guys, I'm learning so many things about this pedal on this LOWRANCE Ghost. This is incredible, man. We just ended up switching the button, the sides for the switch, which is so cool. I actually, as silly as it sounds, I had a lot of anxiety when it comes to having to relearn, because it's just second nature. Your foot pedal becomes part of your leg. It's an extension of your foot pretty much when you learn it and you're on it all the time. So the fact that they give you the option to switch, because the Motor Guide was on the right side, so I ended up switching it, and that's that's pretty cool. But they also have some really cool things, like they've got presets on here, so you can preset these to different things. You can do waypoints. You can swap to you could swap like 360 and stuff like that, right? As far as the presets, no, you're good. You're stuck. You're doing work.
You can do the Ghost 360 mode.
Ghost 360 mode.
360.
Okay.
There's tons.
You can work your power pole.
Yeah, power poles.
Which is that's super cool.
It is pretty neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, these are all programmable. This one's programmed from the factory as constant on.
Okay.
So out of the box, these are blank.
So I would do waypoint or I would do 360 and waypoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be beneficial if you're ever bed fishing or whatever. You can just quick and easy tap that. Mark the waypoint.
Oh, what
Second
waypoint?
year,
Yeah. No, I mean, that's awesome. You know, places like, if you're just, like St. Clair comes to mind. We're going to be drifting out there, and every time you get a bite, you know, it's really important to hit that button. But usually, you know, those smallmouth, you fight them for a bit before you finally get down there and hit that button. But here you can just tap it with your foot, just like a troll or the power pole buttons. So that is super cool. Well thought out trolling motor pedal for sure. All right, guys, so another thing that we're going to do with this whole rigging process is, again, I love spare parts. I love backups. I love a backup plan so I can fix things on the water really quick. Since we got everything undone and opened up, we're going to go ahead and add another Ethernet cable and just kind of let that spare hang out in here. That's one of the cables that, you know, over time something can happen to it, and when you lose your Ethernet cable, you lose the capability for your units to talk to each other for waypoints and tracks and things like that. So and I've had these cables go bad in the past, and so having a spare in there is a pretty awesome idea when it comes to you know, being able to swap that out, and you know, even on the water I can do it. What you doing there?
Oh, you know, active target squared.
Yeah. Put a little scout mode action on there. Well, it's getting dark. It's after hours now. But things are starting to come together. Late night crew. We're getting there.
The beast up here.
Oh man, this is so cool. Got forward and scout mode active target 2s on there. Looks pretty clean. There's a lot going on there, but that's about as clean as you get. I love how tidy this cable management system is, and I love this cable. Like, this is one of the biggest things with this Ghost that I really like. Look at that. All that really just keeps right out of the way, which is great. It's going to be pretty clean up here once we get these 2 units on here. Pretty sweet. You look comfortable there, Nathan.
Yeah.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh boy. Oh, we got life. Outstanding. All right, now we're doing the software updates.
Heck yeah.
This is always a big part of the whole process.
This unit's next. We updated the active target box already.
All right, guys, this took a little bit longer than I thought, but I should have known better because these guys do it right, and their attention to detail is just crazy. So we're pretty much done. Right now we're doing all the updates. Everything works as it should, and it looks super clean. I'm so excited about this one because it's kind of like streamlining everything. Check this out. So got the new Ghost all lined up. Definitely got a lot going on here as far as the 2 active target 2s. We got one in scout mode, one in forward. We also have the nose cone on there with the 3-in-1. Looks really good. Everything is just super clean. You like it, right?
I love it.
Love it. So we got the 2 units up here, the 2 HDS Pros, 12 Pros. And what I really like is you know, in systems past, we had the 3 brands. 3 units up here, you know, there's some benefits to it, but having a little bit of extra room here, obviously we have the puck for the GPS function on the Ghost, but I can actually use my trim pads, my trim buttons up here a little bit easier, but it's just way less up here. We were actually talking, Nathan and I, and we were talking about how this has got to slow the boat down, having all the different electronics on it, and he was saying that they actually had a boat that was about 3 miles an hour less after they added some electronics to the front. So that's pretty crazy. So I'm expecting to actually gain some speed, which would be really cool. Not much, maybe mile an hour.
Deflector. You're not gonna have as much of a bug deflector, but
Yeah,
you'll be all right.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I got the windshield, man. So yeah, everything's set up. Man, I love that pedal. So we've got in here, we've got 2 black boxes, those modules in there. Whoa, careful, dude.
Easy.
And we've got the console going back together right now. Again, doing some updates. The back here, we've got everything nice and clean, seamless. Ooh, I can hear them going. That's the original 3-in-1. And then on the other side, we've got the active imaging HD. So we're gonna do test both of those, see how they work, and at the very least, we've got one as a backup if we need it. So overall, man, this build looks really super clean, and I'm really excited about how everything works together. I'm stoked to be able to learn all about what this system can do, being that it's all LOWRANCE. So anyways, guys, big thank you to this team right here. They stayed late overtime. It is dark. It's way past their time to go home. And so thank you, Nathan, Ronnie, and of course, Jason right here.
Thank you.
You guys are the best. So if you guys are looking to buy electronics, but also install them on your boat, where do we go?
BassmasterElectronics.com, baby.
Right on, right on. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you want to learn more about the LOWRANCE system, and if you have any questions, you want me to do videos on anything specifically, drop a comment below. Other than that, I'm going to see you out on the water. Trust the process.